Hello yogis, namaste, and welcome to today's Vishuddha throat chakra balancing yoga flow. The throat chakra is located right here in our throat. It is represented by the color blue, and it connects us to our sense of self-expression as well as our communication with others. In today's practice, we are going to be doing a lot of throat opening asanas, so you will need your blocks, a pillow, or a bolster. We will be going into a supported fish pose later in the practice. But we're going to go ahead and just start in an easy seated position, Sukhasana, interlacing the fingers and bringing the thumb together. This is called Vishuddha Mudra. It is great for concentration and opens up the throat chakra. So we'll just take a moment here, closing the eyes, breathing in and out through the nostrils, and just getting in tune with the breath. The seed sound for the throat chakra is hum, H-A-M. So we'll begin today's practice with 3 chants of hum. Inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling to chant. Here we go. Hum. Hum. Beautiful. From here we can release our mudra and we'll start warming up the cervical spine and the neck by rolling our head from side to side. Nice and slow, just staying in tune with your breath here. Bring our head back to center. We'll look down, tucking the chin, and then all the way up. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, looking all the way up. And just moving with your own breath cycle here. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to bring our left ear towards our left shoulder, maybe placing our hand on our head, not pulling, just allowing our neck really to open up over the side. Deep breaths here. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder, maybe placing your hand on the head. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to come back up. Taking a breath. We'll move into some seated cat-cows. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend, opening the throat. Just moving with your own breath cycle. Releasing out of this, we're going to make our way into a tabletop position, warming up the spine with some cat-cows. Inhale, we're going to drop the belly for cow pose. Exhale, we're going to arch the back for cat pose. And once again, just moving with your own breath cycle here. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to start incorporating something called lion's breath. So this is something that I learned in my very first yoga class when I was like 12, and I thought it was so silly, but I loved it. So we are in our cat-cows, and you're gonna go cat pose, and then when you inhale into your cow pose, you're gonna open up your mouth and release, So you're gonna inhale into cow pose, right? And then you're gonna open up your mouth and just release with this like kind of silly sounding roar. And you can get as expressive and as big with it as possible. So we're gonna exhale cat pose. Inhale into cow. Lion's breath. Coming back, exhale. Inhale. Lion's breath to transition. You want really wide eyes while you're doing it, very expressive. It's okay if you feel silly. Beautiful. All right, now we'll just move through a few more cat cows. You can feel called to do your lion's breath or not. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to tuck the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. It's our first down dog of the practice, so feel free to pedal out your knees, move your hips, take what you need. Next inhale, we're gonna round the spine, coming forward into an upward facing dog. Pushing yourself up off the mat, activating that throat chakra by leaning the head back. Deep breaths here. Exhale, sending those hips back into Balasana, child's pose. Reaching forward, third eye to mat connection. Inhale, we're going to come all the way back to an upward facing dog, pushing yourself up off the mat. Tucking the toes, deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. Next inhale is going to bring that right leg into the sky, bending the knee, opening up the hip. Exhale, right foot steps forward, left knee drops. We are in a low lunge. Inhale, arms come overhead, head tilts back, really activating that throat chakra. Option to clasp your hands behind your back to really open up the shoulders. Deep breaths here. Exhale, palms mount through, heart center down to the mat. Tucking the left toes, left knee raises, deep breath in. Exhale, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. Next inhale is going to bring that left leg into the sky, bending the knee to really open up that hip. Exhale, left foot steps forward, right knee drops. We're in a low lunge on the other side. Once again, really activating that throat chakra, opening up through the throat. Arms can be overhead or behind you. Deep breaths here. palms melt through, heart center, down to the mat. Tucking those right toes, right knee raises. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left foot meets the right, downward facing dog. Inhale, we're gonna come all the way up into an upward facing dog once again. Exhale, lowering down to the mat. Now if you have a strap, this would be a great place to use your strap because we're gonna get ready for a floor bow. So go ahead and capture your ankles with your strap. Exhale down. Inhale, we're gonna rise on up, activating the core, either grabbing the ankles or using your strap. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab. Beautiful. The gaze comes up to open up that throat chakra. Deep breaths here. Exhale, releasing back down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, let it fall. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, balasana, child's pose, reaching forward. Inhale, we're gonna rise back up. And from here, we're gonna come to a comfortable seated position on our knees. We can go ahead and grab our blocks, placing them right behind us. And we're gonna get ready for hero's pose. So first we're gonna start by windmilling the hands to the lower back to protect our lumbar spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, leaning back for a baby hero pose. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're gonna rise back up. If that was enough of a back bend for you, you can go ahead and do that again. Otherwise, we're gonna round our hands all the way behind us onto either the blocks, or we can go all the way down to the mat. Exhale, letting your head hang back, throat opens up, shining blue throat chakras. Deep breaths here. Exhale, gently releasing out of hero's pose. From here, we can take our blocks, placing them right next to our hips or our ankles. Inhale, we're gonna rise all the way up. Windmilling the hands to the lower back to protect that lumbar spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back bend, baby camel. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're gonna rise back up. And then from here, you can windmill your hands to the lumbar spine again, if that's what you prefer. You can go down to your props right here, or you can go all the way down to your ankles, coming into a full camel pose. Letting that head hang back, deep breaths here. Exhale, gently releasing out of camel's pose. Beautifully done. From here, we're going to find our sit bones. We're going to have our right leg on the ground, left leg crosses over it so that our knees are together here. Our feet are just going to kind of heel toe forward until they are basically parallel with the side of the mat. So we have our right leg underneath. We're gonna swoop our left arm underneath. Right arm goes on top of it, twisting them together. You're gonna pull it out in front of you so that it pulls your shoulders down, elongating the neck. We're doing a seated eagle's pose with a cow head seat. Deep breaths here. Really feel that shoulder pull. and releasing our arms. We're going to switch out the legs. And then our left leg is under, so our right arm swoops under, left arm on top. Arms coming together. Deep breath in our cow head seat, eagle arms. Opening up through the shoulders, through the hips. We'll just go ahead and undo our arms, undo our legs. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together in butterfly pose. And just taking a moment here to come back to our breath. Eyes are closed. Bringing to mind the way in which you express yourself. Maybe it's through music. Maybe it's through the way that you dress. Maybe you're a poet or a photographer. Just know that that expression is so beautiful, is so important, and is so uniquely you. From here, we are going to come back into a reclined butterfly pose. Hands can be on the heart, the belly, the ground, wherever they're most comfortable. As you continue to breathe, staying connected to your breath, and letting yourself melt into the mat a little bit more with each breath. From here, we're going to bring the knees together. Feet and hands come right next to our hips. We're getting ready for a bridge pose. So from here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pushing your pelvis into the air. Option to clasp your hands behind your back. We're going to take 3 deep belly breaths here. Exhale, gently releasing back down to the mat. Now from here, we are either going to go into a shoulder stand, if it's in your practice and you've done it before, or we're gonna go into legs up the wall. So if you've never done a shoulder stand, go ahead and find a wall, scoot your hips up to it, and just place your feet on the wall. And just find that really comfortable position right here. Now, if you have come into shoulder stand before, I want you to remember a few things. Never do shoulder stand if you have a neck injury. Never move your head from side to side when you are in shoulder stand. Listen to your body. So, we're going to press into our upper back. That lower half raises, just like in bridge pose. Now from here, we're going to scoop our hands to our lumbar spine. One leg raises, the other leg raises, and now we're going to kind of use that momentum to get our hips above our shoulders. Okay, we're going to walk our hands up the back, and whenever you're ready, straighten the legs. Our feet are in line with our hips, they're not going over our head. Deep breaths here. If plow pose is in your practice and you want to go ahead and plow down, you are more than welcome to. Listening to your body.
not pushing yourself. And just hanging out and legs up the wall, if that's what is calling to you today. Exhale, we're gently going to release out of that in whatever way is most comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to roll to the side, gently push ourselves up, and we're going to grab some props. So we are going into a supported fish pose right now. When I demo this at my yoga studio, I have people put 2 blocks behind their shoulder blades and then a pillow behind their head. I don't have a pillow that's the same size as my blocks, but I do have this big cushion from my couch that works like a yoga bolster. So what we're gonna do is just scoot this behind us and make sure that our shoulders and our neck and our head are supported. Everything else is going to be on the mat. We can use whatever little props we need to get really comfortable. Just find that sweet spot where you're really opening up through the chest, opening up through the throat, letting your hands come down to the mat, palms facing up. Your legs can be straight or they can be in a reclined butterfly. So whatever feels best for you today. Deep breaths here in this restorative pose. Allowing yourself to open up through the throat. Keeping that breath nice and steady. Whenever you're ready, you can gently place your prop to the side, coming into a reclined butterfly pose. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hugging the knees, aligning the spine. Releasing the head to the mat, we're going to straighten that left leg. Take a deep breath in, hugging the right knee. Exhale, right knee sails to the left, upper body twist to the right for a supine twist. Deep breaths here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees. Straightening that right leg, hugging the left knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee sails to the right, upper body twist to the left for a supine twist on the other side. Just taking whatever micro adjustments we need to get into the most comfortable supine twist as possible. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees, lining the spine. Releasing into an Ananda Balasana, happy baby, holding the outsides of the feet, rocking from side to side. And whenever you're ready, releasing into a full body stretch, maybe even throwing in a fish pose here. Before coming into a Savasana corpse pose, palms facing up, supine on the mat, eyes are closed. Deep breaths here. And as you continue to breathe, allowing yourself to melt to the mat a little bit more with each breath. Bring to your mind's eye a healing white light energy. This energy can be tapped into any time through intention alone. It is a sacred, healing energy. Using your breath, send this energy to your throat space, turning it blue in color, getting bigger and brighter with each breath. This energy clears out any frogs in your throat you might have. Anything that's telling you that you cannot speak your truth. You are safe to express yourself. You can speak your truth. You can stay here for as long as you need, but whenever you're ready, we'll roll to the side. Gently push yourselves up to a comfortable seated position where we'll meet with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. The light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in you. Thumbs to the third eye, we bow. Namaste.